Today I'm going to go over some rules that I consistently break on the carnivore diet. Now some of these rules that I break are maybe an everyday thing or every couple day thing, and some of these other rules are like a once a week or once in a very great while thing. And I'm going to show you how I kind of get around it and avoid any kind of setbacks and keep my progress. And a few of these are something that everybody on the carnivore diet does, but I just want no part of. But it's been a little over 8 months now that I started the carnivore diet and I lost over 100 pounds. So the first rule I break is usually in the early morning or right before I go to bed. And for a lot of you that would be coffee. For me, I'm lucky. I don't like coffee. I like something else. I like my hot chocolate. And that could be a little bit problematic because this is what I used to drink, okay? I'd usually have one of these a night, 5 out of 7 days a week, okay? But when you look at the ingredients on it, total sugars, 21 grams, including 20 grams of added sugar. So this stuff right here is basically all sugar. It's terrible for you. It'll definitely kick you out of ketosis, and if you're doing any kind of intermittent fasting, this is not going to be the thing for you. So, made a little switch. This right here, little secret. Why? Because, okay, let's look at this. It's 150 calories per serving. This, only 10. What is this? This is basically Baker's chocolate. It's 100% cacao, just Hershey's brand. Okay? 0 sugar, 0 grams of sugar, 0 added sugars. This right here, does it taste as good as this? Maybe not. But it gives me my chocolate taste. I put a little bit of water in it, I drink it, and you know what? It satisfies my chocolate craving, when I want something warm, especially in the wintertime or in the fall. This right here, this does it. Now a lot of people that promote the carnivore diet don't like chocolate. Don't think, they say chocolate's bad for you. Probably, it probably is, okay? It's probably not the best thing for you, but I like it. I wanted to keep it around. I wanted to keep drinking it. Because chocolate actually is the seed of the plant, and that's how the cacao and the chocolate's made. And when you take the seed of any plant, that's really where all the defense mechanisms are. So is it the best for you on the carnivore diet? Probably not. Now, mind you, for the first 2 months, I didn't have any of this. I went completely cold turkey. I went 100%, meat, salt, water. That's it. Now, second rule I break, I do eat plants sometimes. And sometimes being approximately a couple times a week now. But you're gonna see a theme with what I eat, and I'll tell you why. Now, when I wanna add a little flavor to my life, sauerkraut and its Korean cousin, kimchi. Love both of these and have a little bit every maybe couple days when I want just a little bit of flavor, or you know what, it's maybe an hour before I go to eat, or I just want a little snack so I can have something in my stomach. Turn to these two right here. Now if you don't know what sauerkraut is, it's fermented cabbage. Same thing with kimchi, and they add in some carrots and some other stuff. See, when you ferment like cabbage, it breaks down a lot of the oxalates, the stuff that's bad for you, the stuff that's in like kale and spinach, and the stuff that's going to cause a lot of inflammation. It breaks it down to a very minimal degree to where when you ingest this, it's not so bad for you. Now, if you're going to do this, you got to be careful what's actually in these, because this Clausen sauerkraut is one of the most popular ones. It's got like 4 or 5 different ingredients: cabbage, salt, water, sodium benzoate, and sodium See, this is where it gets not good. When you can't pronounce the ingredients, or when they get kind of sciencey, I probably shouldn't get it. But this isn't so bad. But let me give you a different example. This same brand makes another food that I eat, and that's pickles. But I don't get the same brand. Why? Because the Clausen pickles, full of junk. Sauerkraut, not so bad. That's why the pickles that I get, the best ones that I've found, are actually Marky Mark's, the Wahlburger pickles. Look at this. Ingredients: cucumbers, water, vinegar, salt, fresh garlic, and fresh dill. That's it. That's it. Let me show you not to make the same mistake I did. Because here's some just regular sweet pickles that I got. And I saved this because it makes a big difference. Let's look at ingredients. Cucumbers, high fructose corn sweetener, water, vinegar, calcium chloride, sugar, alum, natural flavorings, oleoresin, turmeric, and yellow number 5 colors, and polysorbate 80. Okay, as soon as I see the yellow number 5, like this was a mistake to buy. I shouldn't have ate that. This, on the other hand, Cucumbers, water, vinegar, salt, fresh garlic, and fresh dill. That's it. That's it. That makes a big, big difference. And also a cool thing about this is that on really hot days where I sweat a lot or I drink a whole lot of water, come in and drink the leftover pickle juice and not feel bad about it at all and get me a whole bunch of electrolytes. Well, after a quick little interruption, I actually had 2 cows try and break down a fence. My neighbor called me and said, "Hey, Ryan, you got 2 cows trying to get out on the highway?" We're back. Now, there's a few things that I don't eat that most carnivores actually promote. Number 1, eggs. I don't eat eggs at all. Why? Simply because I do not like them at all. I've had them cooked for me a whole bunch of different ways, and I can't eat them. I don't like them. I haven't liked them since I was 2 years old, and I just won't eat them. That being said, I probably wouldn't eat eggs even if I liked them, especially if you had to get them from the grocery store. And if you think about it, an egg's a natural estrogen, and what do they feed the chickens to lay the eggs? They feed it corn and soybeans. Soybean really high in another estrogen. That's a lot of estrogen on top of estrogen that I do not want in my body. I'm a guy, I don't need it. Now, pasture-raised eggs, that might be a different story to where, you know, the chickens can go get grasses, they can go get bugs and grubs and eat a more natural diet for the chicken. Still have the corn and soybeans, that's probably what they'd be fed. But when you look at farm-fresh eggs, you gotta look at the yolk compared to a store-bought egg. The yolk on farm-raised, pasture-raised eggs, they're gonna be a dark orange. On store-bought eggs, they're gonna be a pale yellow. And it's important because it's that yolk that does counteract a lot of the estrogen that's in the egg whites. So if I liked eggs, would I eat store-bought eggs? Probably not. If I liked eggs and they're pasture-raised, farm-fresh, would I eat them? Probably. And this next thing falls into this same kind of category too, and that's dairy. I completely avoid it. Well, I want to say almost completely avoid it. I'll put a little bit of cheese, shredded cheese on some stuff, but for 99% of it, I say no, because me and dairy just don't mesh. We don't mesh at all. And for a lot of people, it's that same thing, and it's very hard to digest. Dairy also causes a lot of inflammation, and that's something I don't want in my body. So as far as dairy goes, especially if it's pasteurized, I want nothing to do with it. If it's raw, and it's grass-fed, grass-finished raw dairy, then I will, I've tried it before. It kind of tastes, if you ever tasted raw milk before, it tastes like melted ice cream. But it still just didn't sit right for me. So what dairy do I eat? A little bit of cheese, and then I will eat this as far as butter, Kerrygold butter. And I'm actually pretty particular about my butter, because you look at something like this is a crock of crap right here. Okay, look at the ingredients: purified water, soybean oil, palm kernel and palm oil, salt, lecithin, soy, vinegar, natural flavors, great, you don't know what that means, vitamin A, and just a bunch of just nonsense. And in here, the ingredients are pasteurized cream, not my favorite, and salt. That's it. Crock of crap, instead of country crock, it's a crock of crap. Okay, better. Pretty good. But ideally, I'd love to find a place around here that I can get raw, grass-fed, grass-finished butter. That'd be great. That'd be my absolute preference. So, a little bit of cheese. And another little tip is stick with the whiter cheeses rather than the yellow cheeses, and you'll be doing a little bit better. And a little bit of butter. As far as dairy goes, that's it. I don't drink milk. I don't drink creamer. I don't even do whey, like whey protein or anything like that. I stay away from it almost completely. And if you disagree with me on that, do me a favor. Go to an industrial dairy farm. Go to an industrial dairy farm. Take a deep breath, and you'll see why. I've been to a few of them. I live out in the country. I know people that own them. I'm not big on that at all. And because I mentioned whey protein, that brings me into the next thing. What about protein shakes? Can you have protein shakes on the carnivore diet? Technically, no. This is also where I cheat every once in a great while. If I just want, I kind of treat it as a snack. But I don't drink whey protein powders. I stay away from those. Like I said, that's dairy. I stay away from it. Not the biggest fan of it. Now, that leaves you with plant-based proteins. Oh my gosh, I just said it. Oh, plant-based, yeah. Okay, on this section, I agree more with the plant-based protein area than, the animal-based whey protein. For a lot of reasons. I think if something makes you super gassy, which whey protein doesn't matter who you are, guess what? It's your body telling you you're not digesting it properly. I like finding protein powders that I can digest a lot better, and it's not gonna mess up your stomach. So if I'm gonna do a protein powder, got a couple options here, okay? This is the one that I used to do, okay? This is the Orgain, okay? This is the organic plant-based protein powder, but now knowing what I know, when I look at it, you go and look at all the ingredients on the back, and there is a lot. I'm just seeing one of them right now. Sunflower oil. Okay, as soon as I see a seed oil, these go bye-bye. Okay, then I switched to this one not terribly long ago. I still have it. I don't use it anymore, but it's got sunflower lecithin in it, and it's got a lot of the gums. I don't want to do it. I don't want any of that in my body. Your body has a really hard time digesting it. People say, oh, there's benefits to it. It comes from a seed. Remember, a seed is the thing that's most protected on the plant and has the most defense barriers. So no, I won't do seed oils, and I won't do like the soy lecithin or the sunflower lecithin, because it comes from the same thing. So what do? And I got a very small thing of it because I don't do it much, but on occasion, okay? This is the Vega, and it's got, you can see right here, it's got 5 ingredients in it. The ingredients are pea protein, okay, organic cane sugar, not the biggest fan of, but it's got 6 grams of sugar, not that much, but not the biggest fan of it. Coconut cream powder and natural flavors, whatever that means. So this is, I mean, it's better, it's not the best. I mean, ideally I'd rather go grab a hamburger patty than have this, but if you're in a pinch and you're hungry and you need to eat, this is the lesser of all evils, is what I would say, okay, because 5 ingredients. Now, speaking of snacks, what happens if you're craving a little something, you just haven't had enough to eat and your body's going, feed me, feed me. What also can you eat as a snack? Beef jerky. Look out for something there, because I'm working on something. Okay, this is gonna be, it's hard to find grass-fed, grass-finished beef jerky. Stay tuned. But here's where I'll also break a couple rules. I'll go pick up a pack of salami, I'll go pick up a pack of pepperoni, and I'll just munch on that. Yeah, processed meats, are they the best for you? No, they're not. They're not. But in a pinch, they do work, and it will fill you up, and it will just satiate your appetite to where you can focus and get you on with your day. Now, do you want to be eating sandwich meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the carnivore diet? No, you don't. But a little bit here and there just to get you by, not that bad. And the big rule that I break, that I get a little bit hammered for in the comments, is my cheat days. I have a cheat day once a week. I will eat kind of basically whatever I want. Now, there's a caveat to that, because there's things I put in place in order to lessen those barriers. One, I will either fast before or after the cheat day. Secondly, if I know I'm gonna go cheat, here's something that I do. This right here is your friend. This right here, cinnamon. I'll go and take not a full tablespoon of cinnamon, but maybe about half a tablespoon. Pop it in my mouth. It doesn't taste very good. I'll go drink a whole bunch of water with it, wash it down, because cinnamon can reduce the glycemic index of a meal by up to 29%. So by doing this, I lessen the impact on my body by almost 30%. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's a big thing for me. And then when you do cheat, and say you're gonna make your own cheat meals, watch what you're putting in your body. Okay, look, there's a difference between this, and this. Okay, different types of pastas. If you wanna go make yourself a bowl of spaghetti because you want it in your cheat day, I'm all for it. I'm all there with you. Now, the next day, after the last time I did this, the next day I felt sluggish afterwards. I just didn't feel right. Am I gonna be doing it as often, especially with spaghetti? No. But get something like this. This right here is it's produced, grown, and made in Italy. These guys right here are made in the US. Why is that a big deal? Because this right here is made with wheat, and this right here is made with chickpeas. Wheat and chickpeas, you don't know how they're grown and how the spraying protocol goes. Those things are sprayed almost directly before harvest. And what are they sprayed with? Glyphosate, which is like the #1 thing that you don't want to put in your body, that's in almost all the other foods besides meat. What makes this differently? See, in Italy, they're smart. You know what they did? they banned glyphosate. So this right here is not sprayed with glyphosate at all, or especially right before harvest. So if you're gonna cheat, try and be as smart as you can about it and be proactive with things like this, like cinnamon, to where it's not wrecking your body as much. Now, one of the drawbacks on being on the carnivore diet, a lot of people say, is that, oh, you know, your social life gets affected because you can't go out as much with your friends. Maybe, maybe not. You know, you have to do what works for you. Now, this might be one of the most controversial things that I do. This right here, alcohol. Do I drink? Every once in a great while. How much do I drink? I bought this in like the end of December, early January, and that's how much is left in it. So the answer is very rarely. But when I do drink, I want to be as smart as I can about it and not have it affect me as much. Now, is alcohol going to help you at all in the carnivore diet? No. Is alcohol going to help you at all on a weight loss journey? No, it's going to put you in the opposite. But you still have to live your life. And if I go out, I might have a drink or two. Now, I will tell you this, on times where I get close to a goal, guess what? I won't have that cheat day. I won't go out. I won't have, you know, a glass of whatever. Why? Because I know that's going to negatively affect me. And usually, as soon as you drink alcohol, it sets you back a day or two. And you end up not making the progress that you want. So, limit it as much as you can. Again, since like the end of December, early January, that's how much. Now, when it comes to beers, okay, do something light, 95 calories. I was talking about this with a buddy the other day, and a Corona has 150 calories. So like a Corona is like 1.5 of these, you know, so I stick to the lighter stuff. So if I do have a beer or two, I'll stick to the Ultras, the Coors Lights, maybe a Miller Lite, and that's about it. But you have to remember, a lot of this stuff I do in moderation, or in the days that I am gonna be bad, I try not to be that bad. And 6 days a week, you know, I'm on, this is my own pork that was grown right outside. This is good, you know. I'll have my steaks. I'll shoot my chickens. Very rare. Not the biggest fan of chicken, even though my chicken does taste a lot better than the one at the grocery store. I'd rather have more beef and maybe a little bit of pork, and I might throw in a little bit of fish or shrimp every once in a great while. But really, learn how to read labels. Look at, you know. Okay, let me show you a difference between marinara sauces or pasta sauces, okay? Ingredients: Italian tomatoes, olive oil, onion, sea salt, basil, garlic, and spices. Not terrible, okay? Number of sugars. Can you see that in there? It says 4 grams of sugar. Included 0 added sugars, okay? Another, tomato basil. Let's look at the sugars on this one. 8 total sugars, including 3 added sugars, okay? So there's double the amount of sugar in this than there is in this. And this one actually tastes better than this one. Is this one more expensive? Yes, but every once in a great while, it's worth it to maintain not the bad. But the main point of this video is to be smart, do things in moderation. If you're somebody that can handle moderation, some people need the completely extreme, like I did for the first 2 months, and stick only to meat. My own sausage. This is so good. My only regret is that I'm out of these now. This is my last pack of bratwurst from my own pigs. That's pretty cool. And I've said this before, this isn't a cult. You're not gonna have some zealots come hit you over the head with a big old tomahawk steak or whatever, okay? Do what's best for you. Be able to live your life. Get healthy so you can live your life. And you don't have to be so dogmatic like some of the people on here, or some of the comments that I received saying, oh no, it's only meat, it's only meat, it's only meat. No, you have to do what works for you, where you're at in this whole process, and what works for your lifestyle. And once you figure that out, without lying to yourself, remember that, without lying to yourself, because you can convince yourself of anything, you're gonna be doing better. And remember, I'm not some nutritionist, I'm not some doctor, I'm not some carnivore diet expert. I'm just telling you what I've done to where I lost 100 pounds in 6.5 months. This is 8 months in, I'm down 104, 106, something like that. And now I'm actually trying to put on, trying to eat more so I can start to put on more muscle. And even if you just get 1% better every day, 1% better, there's that rule of 72 to where if you get 1% better every day, in 72 days, you're gonna be 100% better than where you were. So hopefully, even if you have to start slow, just start. I'm not a person that likes to start slow. I just dive right into things, and I like to what I call fail forward. And yes, I made mistakes starting this. Yes, there's things that I could have done better. But now that I figured it out, I feel better than I ever have in my life. I feel like I'm in the best shape that I've been in a long time, if not ever. and I'm gonna continue to eat like this, maybe even add in a couple things and see how my body feels and go from there. With that, consider hitting that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.